Why don't we just go around quickly so everybody knows who's here, who you are, how old you are, how long you've been training, what's your goal, what do you want to get out of today? 1 minute or less. Go ahead, Wade.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right.
My name's Wade.
You get 5 minutes. Go ahead.
my name's Wade Lightheart, and I've been kicking around the bodybuilding world for most of my life. And of course, I'm a big fan of Vince's stuff, and he's got some really unique and interesting perspectives on, particularly like you're talking about internal cues versus external as you go through this industry. You start to find out. I always find that if you can get around people who really lived at the highest level, you can just gain so much information by just spending some time. So that's part of the joy of being here today, to have an exchange of ideas and stuff, and for me to learn as well from Vince. And it's been a pleasure to be here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That's very nice hearing from you. All right, let's get rolling. All right, guys, welcome to Muscle Camp. Today is dedicated to leg day. The first workout will be dedicated to legs, then we'll move to the upper body. We're gonna be doing chest, back, traps. We're gonna be doing one of my favorite giant sets, 8-8-16. Anybody done 8-8-16 before? It's brutal, absolutely excruciating. And that's just based on the external variables of the reps. That doesn't include any of the internal variables, the things that I'm going to be cueing you on, how to contract, how to slow down, the tempos, the way you're going to squeeze the muscle. Group A, we're going to be doing a hip dominant workout. So things that emphasize the glutes, hamstrings, lower back. Who's here's done the trap bar deadlifts before? What do most people think about doing when they're in the bottom? Pulling. And as soon as you pull, you lose all the tension from the strongest muscles. So what we want to think about here at the bottom is pushing the floor away. If I said to stop right here and you couldn't hold the weight, you're not owning the weight's owning you. And that's how you know if the weight is too heavy. That goes for the entire day today. The second exercise for the hip group is over here, the glute ham machine. So this would be a glute ham raise if you're able to, well, actually glute ham raise would just be the halfway and then the back up. Okay? A more bastardized version of that is to go all the way down. So, and again, this is easier, obviously, because you can create momentum, you can create inertia at the bottom. We're gonna let you guys use either or. If both of those are too challenging, we can turn it right into a horizontal back extension. And then the final exercise are pull-throughs for the hips. So even though I'm just standing here, there's still muscles being challenged. So you have to kind of identify what's being challenged here before I even start moving. Now let's engage those muscles and let's keep them engaged so that we can use them. Or else this thing's just gonna fold you right over. And tomorrow your back's gonna be wrecked. So first thing before you do any exercise is to ask yourself, where's the line of force? Where am I being challenged? Okay, so for our quad giant set, first exercise, these are called appropriate squats. Why do I call them appropriate squats? Because they actually work with the resistance profile and the strength profile of the exercise. So what we're doing is we're adding 50-pound resistance bands to this exercise. So we've got 150 at the top, so only weighs 50 pounds at the bottom. We're gonna allow you to go down into a depth that allows you to contract muscles that you normally don't contract when you're down there. That's much better. All right, keep it on your quads, don't dump it. So this one's pretty straightforward. Why do we go up on a plate? What advantage does this give us?
Because your foot is not as flexed anymore.
Right, you're not as flexed yet. So here, when we're going down, I want you guys to really think about keeping tension on your glutes the entire time. And when you come down, I want you to keep that tension on the way back up as well. And then the last exercise you're gonna do are goblet squats. So we're gonna use the dumbbells here, we're gonna hold one at a time, and we're gonna go down into a split squat. So if you always ask yourself this question, what's my goal? It's a quad workout, I wanna challenge my quad. So you wanna put your quad in a place where you can challenge the quad. All comes back to asking that question, what's my goal? The rest period's gonna be like 3 to 4 minutes, but just make sure everybody gets through a full giant set without having to wait. I want you guys to be able to bang out all 3 exercises with no rest. Okay, show me a squat first off. Okay, chin neutral. Now go. Yeah, Wade, you fold right up, eh? See how he can get down to parallel? Now come back up. Now, let me go slower. I want you to go only until when your spine starts to rotate. Boom, right there, right there. You see how his spine starts to rotate underneath him? So he can get down to parallel, almost below parallel, before his spine starts to rotate. Which I have no problem squatting ass to grass if you can keep the spine from rotating inwards. Yeah, he needs to add more weight, but he's just learning, getting familiar with this movement right now. You guys have 5 rounds. I don't want you to pace yourself. I don't even want you to think about finishing the workout. I want you guys to start from set 1 with a challenging weight, where 8-8-16 is hard. Okay, good. Now, as you come forward, extend your hamstrings. Extend, extend, extend. Straighten these out. Now come, and back up. Boom. That's perfect. 1. Or if you just want to challenge yourself with this exercise the whole workout, and if your reps drop down to 4 or 5, that's fine too. Ask yourself, what's my goal today? Is my goal to work on this? If so, just stay there the whole workout. Drive those hips forward as you stand up. There you go. I want you to drive through your quads. I want you guys to actually think forward on the way down. So don't think about standing up. Think almost like jumping forward. Okay, I don't want you to let it off at the top. I want you to keep it on, keep it on, keep it on. Now up, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Now right back down, don't let it off. See the difference? Keep it on, right back down. See
This is so smooth, huh?
Aren't they great? Yeah. I mean, you can adapt, and you know what's also really great? Deadlifts with these. So you can set them at the top, or you can set them at the bottom.
That's cool.
There you go. Nice. Keep those traps engaged too. Good. Drive your feet through the ground. Excellent. That's better. Back up. Keep the brakes on. Brake, 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 brake. Now come up. Good. You've got the gas pedal on the way down. Brake on the way down. Let's get some weight on here, boys. Own it more on the way down. Own it, own it, own it, own it. That's better. Much better. You can see your muscles work now. Own it. Own every inch. Own every inch. Let the line of force take you back there, but then you'll pose it. So you're not trying to stay up and you're not doing a squat. You can let it fold you over, but only let it beat you by 1 pound at a time. Does that make sense? Now squeeze before you come up. There we go. That's what we're looking for. I love it, man.
That's awesome.
I want you to contract on the way down. Even on the way down, I want you to contract. On the way down, contract. There you go. Contract on the way up. There you go. Don't let it off. Right back down. Good. A little lower. Higher, higher. Keep going. You're not done. That's it. Fully extend that knee at the top. That's what we're looking for. Extend that knee. Extend, extend, extend. There you go. Don't. Right back down. No resting at the top. Good stuff, man. Jordan. Okay, good. So I want you to control each range. Control, control. Good. Good. Keep them on. You can come down another inch. There you go. Keep those on. Keep those on. Good. Well done. Okay. Resist the weight on the way down. Resist it 1 inch at a time. That's better. Oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Resist it 1 inch at a time. That's much better. All right, keep it on your quads. Don't dump it. That's much better. Keep it on. You got this, buddy. Keep it on. Keep it on. You got this. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Looks a lot better. Good, man. Little lower, little lower. That's better. Help. Good. Walk it in, walk it in. You got it. Think about your hips coming forward. There you go. So your knees go backwards and your knees go forwards. Knees forwards, backwards. Knees forwards, knees backwards. Think forward motion. Don't think up and down. Think forward, backwards. That's the cue, all right? Now beat the resistance 1 pound at a time. Let's go. Okay. Perfect. Did you guys hear that cue?
Yeah.
When you're doing the negative, let the weight beat you. Sorry, you resist the weight 1 pound at a time. And then on the way up, the concentric, you beat the weight 1 pound at a time. That is ultimate ownership of what you're doing. Did you guys all hear that? Yeah. Okay, let's hear from you guys. One thing you guys each learned from your leg workout today.
I think just owning the weight the whole way down, and then even on the way back up, when you came over, when I was doing the deadlifts there, and really slowed me down right away. I could really feel it working way more and much more difficult of a workout.
Amazing.
What I learned was I had a hard time contracting my quads, and with the bands and being able to take a little bit of load off on the bottom, it really allowed me to contract my quads a lot harder, and I've never had a quad pump like this before in my entire life, so it's definitely great.
He'll hardly be able to walk out of here now. Like you said, owning the exercise and just paying attention to all the muscles that are part of it, right? And just really focusing on the muscle that I'm looking at when I'm doing that exercise. I would say that's the most important part. And all of a sudden I've discovered where my weak spot is and where my strengths are. So that was really good just from one exercise. So awesome.
Yeah, just going along with everyone else, like owning the motion, but especially like internally thinking about the muscle you're working before you actually work it. So especially when I was doing the ham raise, just before I even thinking about it, like what I'm trying to work and trying to make sure I'm flexing that and using that other than my other body parts that are just kind of external at that point. So that was awesome.
For me, it was really focusing on the muscle groups that I'm working at the time. And what you said, Vince, was when you're going down with the weight, really fighting the muscle, resisting the weight, pound by pound.
Myself, when I'm doing exercises like the deadlift, I put the gas pedal on and I move too fast through the whole range of motion. So really slowing it down, it felt like a completely different exercise, like on my legs. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I really learned today how to keep the tension through the motion all the time and really connect my mind to my muscle to keep the tension on. That's what I take home.
What I learned was that I wasn't never able to squat all the way down, and I think my issue was discovered today, was just my range of motion and also when squatting wider.
The first thing I learned is don't do a workout the day before you come to Vince's place. But beyond that, I really am excited about the squatting racks. I've been, squatting for over 27 years and had a lot of success at the highest levels of the sport. And this little tool today really made a big difference in my how I felt my quads. Even now, it's been 15 minutes later, my quads are just still pumped and burning from just being able to, with the bands, be able to work through the whole range so that I was able to maintain my focus. And Vince was always saying, what's your goal? And I think in today's world of distractions, coming into the gym and reviewing, what is my goal for this workout? What is my overall goal? Not to get lost in everything else and go internal instead of external. And I think that's where the real gains are. So kudos to you, Vince. Great instruction.
Kudos to you guys. Thank you for the workout.
Keep that chest up. You're caving every time. Keep your chest up. Now row. Right there. Now let it off. Let it off. Control it off your lats. You can pull as far as you can as long as this doesn't happen. Because now you've lost it on your lat. Look, the lat does this. As soon as you go like this, put your hand here.